Alrighty, we're recording. We're going to look first at the tibialis anterior. The origin is the lateral condyle and proximal shaft of the tibia. The insertion point is the base of the first metatarsal bone and medial cuneiform. Can we get a little turny turn?
You do realize you're running time.
Okay.
There's no way.
The action is dorsiflexion at the ankle, inversion of the foot, innervated by deep fibular nerve L4 through S1. The plantar flexors group, the first one is the gastrocnemius. The origin is the femoral condyles. It has two heads, the medial head and the lateral head.
Which head are you looking for?
The insertion point is the calcaneus via the
It's the origin of the lateral head.
calcaneal tendon.
I'm just saying, maybe it doesn't.
The action is plantar flexion at the ankle, flexion at the knee,
Describe the origin.
innervated by tibial nerve S1 through S2.
I don't even know which one it is.
The fibularis brevis.
What is the origin of the lateral head?
Superior lateral margin of the femur.
Fibularis brevis, the origin point is the mid-lateral margin of the fibula.
Superior lateral margin.
The insertion point is the base of the fifth metatarsal bone.
Arm are you on there?
Maybe this one.
The action is eversion of foot and plantar flexion at the ankle, innervated by superficial fibular nerve L4 through S1.
Attaching to
The fibularis longus is right next to it.
So that
The origin point is the head of the proximal shaft of the fibula. The insertion point is the base of the first metatarsal bone and medial cuneiform.
well, medial is going to be more toward the body.
The action is eversion of the foot and plantar flexion at ankle. It supports angle, supports longitudinal and transverse arches. The innervation is by the superficial fibular nerve L4 through S1. The soleus,
Humerus. That would be that one that you're looking at there, yes?
the origin point is the head and proximal shaft of the fibula
And its origin?
and adjacent posterior medial shaft of the tibia. The insertion point is into the calcaneus via the calcaneal tendon.
How you tell them?
It's along with the gastrocnemius. And the action is plantar flexion at ankle, postural muscle when standing, innervated by the sciatic nerve, tibial branch S1 through S2.
They all have the same insertion point.
Yeah.
The tibialis posterior,
Usually when you have multiple heads on a muscle,
the origin point is the interosseous membrane and adjacent shafts of the tibia and fibula.
typically,
It can be found right in the middle. The insertion point is the navicular, all three cuneiforms, the cuboid, second, third, and fourth metatarsal bones, down at the plantar side.
I know.
The action is inversion of the foot, plantar flexion at the ankle, and it's innervated by the sciatic nerve, tibial branch S1 through S2.
I need more rubber bands.
There's three muscles here. The flexor digitorum longus is the only muscle that's connected to the tibia on the back. Tibia.
Nobody touch it. Sorry.
This one.
Okay. Oh, there it goes.
Let's get this guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're on the posterior view.
Keep it in the middle so we can kind of see.
I'm going to try and move it so we can get a better.
The flexor digitorum longus, the origin point is the posterior medial surface of the tibia. The insertion point is the inferior surface of the distal phalanges, toes 2 through 5. Goes underneath and down to the bottom. The action is flexion at the joints of toes 2 through 5, plantar flexion of the ankle. It's innervated by the tibial branch L5 through S1. A muscle connected to the fibula is the flexor hallucis longus. Same side. Right here.
Okay. Okay, it is donate.
The origin point is the posterior surface of the fibula. The insertion point is the inferior surface of distal phalanx of the great toe.
So pronator teres.
This is
Just the one that.
long head, short head.
Supinator is
No,
going
it's
to be deep
not.
muscle.
You can't. It doesn't. You can't see it.
It's got to be right here.
Okay.
Table, but it's on here.
The action is flexion at joints of the great toe, plantar flexion of the ankle. It's innervated by tibial branch L5 through S1. The digital extensors.
Bicep femoris. Next to that is the tendon.
The first one is the extensor digitorum longus.
Lateral epicondyle humerus.
Its origin point is the lateral condyle of the tibia, the anterior surface of the fibula.
This one is.
The insertion point is the superior surface of phalanges toes 2 through 5.
Lateral epicondyle humerus.
The action is extension of toes 2 through 5, dorsiflexes the ankle. The innervation is deep fibular nerve L5 and S1. The extensor hallucis longus. Let's go to the starting point first, or the insertion point.
Piriformis is the other inside. This is the. Oh, that hurt.
It inserts at the superior surface of the distal phalanx of the great toe. Trace it up.
So I wonder if it's good enough to say it's
See if I can get close up.
Probably. Because
Nope.
supinator and
Should be this guy.
And because we know it's a deep muscle.
Right there. Going underneath the extensor digitorum longus.
Okay,
You
pronator
can see on this side in the underneath view.
epicondyle is at the middle of the lateral.
That's easier to
And radius and
It's the extensor hallucis longus. The origin point is the anterior surface of the fibula. Insertion at the superior surface of the distal phalanx of the great toe. The action is extension at joints of the great toe and dorsiflexion of the ankle. It's innervated by deep fibular nerve L5 and S1.
surface of the radius.